Good afternoon, all, and welcome to Corporate Finance online classes. This is Dr. Mahesh M. Onjeri, Assistant Professor from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. Okay. So, dear students, in yesterday's class, we discussed the case study of evaluating long-term investment project, case of a single proposal. In today's class, we are going ahead with case study 2. Evaluation of long-term investment projects, replacement situation. Okay, so I'd like to remind you that a replacement situation, okay, in a replacement situation, company is already working with the old equipment. Okay, so the question is whether to replace the old equipment with the new one. Okay, so in this case, yes, so you need to make a decision, okay, based on the estimation of the cash inflows, convert them to their present value, right? Then compare with the total cash outflow. Okay, so same third step, if the net present value or if the present value of the future cash inflows is greater than the total cash outflow, accept the project. Okay, so with that background, let me go ahead and share this PDF file. Yeah. So dear students, I hope you can see this PDF file, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. See now, the content from the PowerPoint slides I have brought here only. Okay. So that I did not keep switching between PDF file and PPT. So these points are from PPT only. Okay. So please pay attention. We are going to learn about the replacement situation. Okay, in this situation, okay, situation means project. Remember, we are talking about long-term investment projects where the company invests in present, but the returns happen or cash inflows happen over a period of time in future. Now, most of you might have understood this concept when we discussed the case study 1. Okay. So now in a replacement project, okay, so the company will already have an old machine. Okay, and the company has to decide whether to replace the old machine with new one. That is the replacement situation. So in case of replacement of an existing machine or old machine or asset by a new one, the relevant cash outflows are after-tax incremental cash flows. The sale proceeds obtained from sale of old machine reduce cash outflows required to purchase the new machine and hence part of the relevant cash flows. Say for example, you have a car already, okay, then it will have a resale value, right? So you can sell your car for, let's say, 2 lakh rupees and you want to buy a new car cost whose price is 5 lakh rupees. So actually how much money will you require? Anybody can answer? You want to replace your old car with a new one. Old car can be sold for 2 lakh rupees and the price of the new car is 5 lakh rupees. How much money actually would you require?
3 lakhs, sir.
Sorry?
3 lakhs, sir.
3 lakh rupees, yes. Though the price of the new car is 5 lakh rupees, but you can arrange for only 3 lakh rupees and you will get 2 lakh rupees from the sale of old car. So that concept you please remember. So like in single proposal, there are 3 steps. First step, we calculate cash outflows or the investment part. So we need to consider cost of the new machinery or asset first, plus installation cost, if any, we need to add. Okay, then add if any additional working capital is required. From that, you need to deduct the sale proceeds of existing machine. So what we get is the total cash outlay or total cash outflow or the present investment. Second step, yes, second step of course is we need to find out the cash inflows, estimate the cash inflows with various adjustments and then convert them to their present value and compare the present value of cash, future cash inflow with the present cash outlay. Okay. If the difference is positive, accept the project. If the difference is negative, reject the project. Same way, the way we had decided in single proposal. Then while calculating the depreciation base of new machine in a replacement situation, okay, while calculating the depreciation base of a new machine, because already old machine is in place, company is using the machine and manufacturing and earning revenue, and that old machine is also being depreciated. So there is these things we need to consider while arriving at the depreciation base of new machine in a replacement situation. So first what we need is the written down value of the existing machine. Okay, then we need to add cost of acquisition of new machine, including installation costs, if any. From that, we need to deduct sale proceeds of existing machine to arrive at the depreciation base of new machine in replacement situation. So both this cash outflows as well as the depreciation base of new machine, yes, in the case we are going to learn how to do it. Okay, so if anybody has any question before I go ahead with this case, small doubts if any related to replacement situation. So shall I go ahead? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, again, yesterday I had already shared you the case study and its solution. So I assume that most of you or all of you have read the case, analytically try to understand it. Okay, then you also have gone through the solution. So this will help you to understand the case. Okay, so please remember you are learning a PG program. Okay, so financial management subject. Okay, so and we are learning about the functions or duties of a chief finance officer. Okay, so and these are the decisions, these are the functions of finance manager. The first one is investment decisions. Okay, so evaluating and selecting long-term investment projects which can maximize shareholders' wealth. Okay, so a lot of reading and preparation is required to learn these case studies. So let me go ahead. Royal Industries Limited is considering the replacement of one of its molding machines. Just consider those who don't understand machine. That's it. Okay. So Royal Industries Limited is considering the replacement of one of its molding machines. So they have an existing machine. It is in good operating condition, but it is smaller than required if the firm has to expand its operations. If they want to expand their business, this existing machine is smaller one. The existing machine is 4-year-old, has a current salvage value of 2 lakh rupees and a remaining life of 6 years. I hope the information is straight and clear. The machine was initially purchased for 10 lakh rupees and is being depreciated at 20% on the basis of WDV method. I hope you know now it is a written down value method. So in case one, we have already prepared depreciation schedule on the WDV method. So that is about information about old machine or existing machine. Now the information is provided about new machine. The new machine will cost 15 lakh rupees and will be subject to the same method, written down value, as well as the same rate of depreciation, that is 20%. So it is expected to have a useful life of 6 years, a salvage value of 1,50,000 rupees at the end of 6th year. Okay. So I think here also the information is straight and clear. The management anticipate that with the expanded operations, there will be a need for an additional working capital of 1 lakh rupees. So you should remember, first it will become part of the total or initial cash outlay, the investment. And in the terminal year, in the 6th year of this new machine, the working capital has to be recovered at its present value. Now I hope you will understand better once we have solved the case study 1 for single proposal. The new machine will allow the firm to expand current operations and thereby increase annual revenues by 5 lakh rupees. Okay. See, grammatically, you need to understand this sentence. Okay. So in case of replacement situation, single proposal, also we learned what we need, the incremental revenue is considered. Even in case of a replacement situation, definitely yes. Okay, incremental revenues are only considered. Okay, so old machine is already generating some revenue, and new machine will also generate some revenue. The difference amount is nothing but incremental revenue. So what is given here is already incremental revenue. You have to take it as it is. You can deduct any cash cost or variable cost if it is given in the problem. Okay. So the new machine will allow the firm to expand current operations and thereby increase annual revenues by, okay, annual revenues by 5 lakh rupees. So this is the incremental revenue itself. So variable cost to volume ratio. So you can consider variable cost are 30% of this 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so each year for 6 years. Fixed cost, so we need to deduct, okay, this variable cost. 30% of 5 lakh rupees, 1,50,000 rupees. So every year we need to deduct 1,50,000 variable cost from 5 lakh rupee incremental revenue. Okay, so fixed costs including depreciation are likely to remain unchanged. So no, don't bother about them. The corporate tax rate is 35%. It's a cost of capital, you call it, discount rate, you call it, rate of return, you call it, all are same. Okay. So the cost of capital is 10%. The company has several machines in the block of 20% depreciation. Okay. So it means in the terminal year, okay, you need to charge depreciation because the company has several machines in the block of 20% depreciation. So in the single proposal, it was a single asset. So we did not charge depreciation in the terminal year or 5th year, you can recall. Okay, so after reading and explaining this case first, so your decision, yeah, what is your decision? What decision you need to make? Should the company replace its existing machine? Okay, so I don't think like the previous case, it is not too complicated. Data is more simple and clear and straight. Okay, so any questions on this? Any part of it which you are not able to understand?
Sir, the first machine has 6 years remaining and the second machine will only work for 6 years, sir.
That it is like that, is the given data. So even if you don't buy new machine, old machine will continue for another 6 years. But the only problem is if the company wants to expand its business, the machine is smaller. That is the reason why company is considering to replace.
Present annual revenue is not given, right, sir, by the old machine?
No, it is not given. They are directly given the incremental revenue, 5 lakh rupees per annum for 6 years. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Sir, what should we find in this, sir, actually?
Dear Keshav, what are we learning? Case study. What is the case study about? Evaluating long-term investment decision. So in single proposal, we evaluated whether to install the new equipment for further processing or not. We decided yes, okay, the company should install the new equipment at the net present value is positive. Same way here also we are evaluating, okay, long-term investment project. This is the case of replacement situation. So what we are not going to find out anything. We are going to make a decision whether the company should replace its existing machine or not as a chief finance officer.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is not different. Only the situation is different here. Type of project is different. Decision is same, whether to invest or not to invest. Okay. So then, so decision pending is, should the company replace its existing machine? Okay. So now first part, as I mentioned, cash outflows. Okay. So these are incremental cash outflows because already there is a existing machine. Remember, I gave the example of old car and purchase of new car. You only require 3 lakh rupees. 2 lakh rupees will come from the old car. That is what is nothing but incremental cash outflows. For actual cash outflow in my example, which I gave you for passenger car, is only 3 lakh rupee the actual cash outflow. Okay. So same way we are going to find out the cash outflows or incremental cash outflows in this case. So as per the format, first we need the cost of a new machine. Just now I explained before the case. Cost of the new machine is 15 lakh rupees. It is given in the problem. And also they have provided the information that 1 lakh rupee additional working capital would be required. Okay. So just like in single proposal, we are going to add that additional working capital to the total cash outflows. So 1 lakh, 15 lakh plus 1 lakh, 16 lakh rupees. Okay, so from this we need to deduct sale value of existing machine. So information is given in the case that the existing machine can be sold for 2 lakh rupees. So we need to deduct this to arrive at the incremental cash outflow. So 16 lakh minus 2 lakh, okay, is equal to 14 lakh rupees. The company would require 14 lakh rupees to invest in the new machine. So any complications here?
No, sir.
So I hope, okay. So this one is comparatively simpler one. The complicated part here is finding the depreciation base of new machine. But anyway, that I will explain in a simple way. Don't you worry. Okay. So now next part is about finding incremental cash flows after taxes or cash inflows. So we are going to prepare the second step or second format, determination of incremental cash flows after taxes. You can also call them cash inflows if you understand that way. So now in the previous case, what we did, years were here. Can you recall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. And particulars were in the column. Particulars were here like this. What I have done here, year are brought here now. Years are brought here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have taken the particulars to columns. That is the only difference. Otherwise, the format remains same. So please remember. So in this column, we have years 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because the life of the new machine is 6 years. So we need to find the incremental contribution or incremental revenue. Okay, so it is given in the problem that 5 lakh rupees. But we have written here 3 lakh 50,000. Why? You can refer here. Okay, from 5 lakh rupee incremental revenue, we need to deduct 30% variable cost. Okay, so 30 divided 5 lakh into 30 divided by 100 or 5 lakh into 0.30. Okay, the amount will be 1,50,000 rupees. So 5 lakh rupee incremental cash revenue minus 30% variable cost, 1,50,000. So 5 lakh minus 1,50,000 is equal to 3,50,000 rupees. Okay, so each year it is going to remain same. So year 1, the incremental revenue will be 3,50,000. Year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and year 6. It is 3,50,000 rupees each year. Okay, so this deduction of 1,50,000 rupee as variable cost, even you can show here in one more column. Okay, that is not a problem. Okay, but to save time, it is done here as an extra working note. That's it. Then next we need to find out the depreciation schedule. The depreciation charged each year are mentioned here. This is incremental depreciation. Remember, we have an old machine. Okay, so we are planning to replace the old machine with existing machine. So what depreciation amount we are going to find out is not simply depreciation. It is incremental depreciation, considering both the existing machine as well as the new machine. So I have written here some figures like 2,60,000, 2,08,000, and so on for each year. So we are going to, okay, find out, prepare this incremental depreciation schedule. Okay, so now I need your attention. Those who, if are somebody not paying attention, please pay attention here. So 3-step process. Okay. Okay, students, I hope you can still see the PDF file.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Yeah. So now pay attention. So how we arrive at this incremental depreciation schedule, like 2,60,000, 2,08,000, as you can see here, it is already calculated. 2,60,000 in year 1, 2,08,000 in year 2, and so on. This working note is a lengthier one here, and the 3-step process. So I cannot break in between. So I will go continuously. Okay, you please pay attention. It is not complicated. We already have the format for finding incremental depreciation base, which I explained just before the case study. So this is the incremental depreciation base for 6 years. So years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, see what we need is the first item in year 1 is incremental depreciation base, or it is also called as incremental asset cost base, on which I need to charge 20% depreciation. Okay, but this is simply not the cost of my new machine. Like 15 lakh rupees I cannot put here. If it would have been single proposal, yes, 15 lakh rupees, go on charging 20% depreciation on written down value method. Okay, so remember the example of passenger car, okay, which I gave. So what we need is the incremental depreciation base or incremental asset cost base. Okay, so this is which is 13 lakh here. Now pay attention, we have a working note for this. How to find out the incremental asset cost base or incremental depreciation base, which is 13 lakh rupees. Okay, so now how we arrive at the 13 lakh rupees? We need written down value of the existing machine at the beginning of year 5 first. We need to find out the written down value of the existing machine at the beginning of year 5. Okay, so now pay attention here. So we are going to find out the written down value of existing machine at the beginning of year 5. It is given in the case study that the existing machine is 4 years old and it still has a life of 6 years. Okay, and 4 years are completed. And now in 5th year, the company is planning to replace the existing machine with new machine. So we are going to find out the written down value of existing machine in the beginning of year 5, in which the company is considering to replace the existing machine with new one. So definitely here we can go in a simple way. Initial cost of the old machine. Remember, we are doing it for old machine or existing machine. So initial cost of the machine is 10 lakh rupees. Less depreciation at the rate of 20%. It is given in the case on written down value method. Okay, so 20% of 10 lakh is 2 lakh rupees. So 10 lakh minus 2 lakh, 8 lakh rupee is the written down value at the beginning of year 2 or depreciation base in year 2. So 20% of 8 lakh rupees is 1,60,000. So 8 lakh minus 1,60,000 is equal to 6,40,000 is a written down value in the beginning of year 3, or you can call it depreciation base in year 3. Then charge 20% depreciation on 6,40,000, which is 1,28,000 rupees. So 6,40,000 minus 1,28,000 is, okay, 5,12,000 rupees, which is depreciation base in year 4 or written down value in year 4. So charge depreciation again at the rate of 20%. So 20% of 5,12,000 is 1,02,400. Okay. So once I deduct this, what I get 4,09,600 is nothing but the depreciation base of written down value of existing machine. So just now we prepared a depreciation schedule for existing machine till year 5. Why we did that? Because we wanted to have written down value of existing machine. Okay, see here, we wanted to find out the written down value of existing machine. Okay. So now as we found out, the written down value of the existing machine in year 5 is 4,09,600. As per the format, add cost of new machine. So in the case they have given cost of new machine is 15 lakh rupees. So total 19,09,600, from which deduct sale proceeds of existing machine, which is a 2 lakh. Existing machine can be sold at 2 lakh rupees. So 19,09,600 minus 2 lakh rupee is equal to 17,09,600. So this is a depreciation base of new machine. Okay, see, so far I hope it was simple. The depreciation base of new machine is 17,09,600. But what are we looking at? Anybody can tell? Is it the end of answer or we are still looking for something else?
New machine depreciation.
What are we trying to find out? We are not trying to find out the depreciation base of new machine. We are trying to find out what?
Whether we can replace it or not.
Okay. See, what are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out the incremental asset cost base or incremental depreciation base in year 1. This is what we are trying to find out. Okay, and as per the format, okay, so please see which I explained. That is why I am preparing so much of reading material, giving it to you in advance so that you can read and come to class. Same things I'm explaining in class, and accordingly cases are being discussed. So to find out depreciation base of a new machine in a replacement situation, you need return on value of existing machine, which we found out now 4,09,600 plus cost of acquisition of new machine 15 lakh rupees. Okay, from which we need to deduct sale proceeds of existing machine. So what we arrived at is depreciation base of new machine. Okay, but what are we trying to find out further is, okay, what are we trying to find out further is the incremental asset cost base or the incremental depreciation base. So that is the reason why one more step we are going to go. Okay, one more step we are going to go. Once we find out the depreciation base of new machine, which is 17,09,600, we are going to deduct the depreciation by base of existing machine, which we have calculated. So it is 4,09,600. So the actual, okay, base is 13 lakh rupees. So 17,09,600 the depreciation base of new machine minus 4,09,600 depreciation base of existing machine will give you the base for incremental depreciation, on which you are going to charge 20% depreciation for 6 years on return down value method. So this step is important in this entire case or problem. Okay. So whatever we are considering incremental cash flows, about which I explained in PowerPoint slides, remember, and I told whatever we are learning in PowerPoint slide theory, everything will come into the case study or numerical problems. So you are supposed to read and remember. Okay, so any doubts so far? Any doubts? It is not yet solved. We are just in preparation of depreciation schedule. Any small doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So thank you. I'll go ahead. Yeah, one student can respond, not a problem. And if anybody has a small doubt, they can always ask. So now we found out that, see, because all cash flows considered in evaluating long-term investment proposals are only incremental cash flows. Remember, the actual cash flow, the net cash flows. So we found out that base for incremental depreciation, which is 13 lakh rupees. So using this, we are going to prepare the incremental depreciation schedule. So our incremental depreciation schedule, we got the incremental asset cost base. We worked it out. It is 13 lakh rupees. So charge 20% depreciation on 13 lakh rupees in year 1. So 20% of 13 lakh is 2,60,000. So 13 lakh minus 2,60,000 is equal to 10,40,000 becomes incremental asset cost base or incremental depreciation base in year 2. So 20% of 10,40,000 is 2,08,000. So 10,40,000 minus 2,08,000 is equal to 8,32,000 becomes incremental asset cost base in year 3. So 20% of 8,32,000 is 1,66,400 rupees. So 8,32,000 minus 1,66,400 is equal to 6,65,600. So 20%. So this is the incremental depreciation base in year 4. So 20% of 6,65,600 is 1,33,120. So 6,65,600 minus 1,33,120 is equal to 5,32,480. So it is depreciation base in year 5. So 20% of 5,32,480 is 1,06,496. So 5,32,480 minus 1,06,496 is equal to 4,25,984, which is the incremental asset cost base in year 6 or incremental depreciation base in year 6. So see, if you look at this column, yes, we have charged depreciation even in the terminal layer of the machine. Terminal layer means last year of life of the machine. Why? Because the block consists, okay, other assets, okay, which are also depreciated at the same rate, that is 20%. In that case, you need to charge depreciation in year 5. But 55,197 is not 20% of 4,25,984. So there is a plus mark here. As you can see, we have a working note. So how much depreciation to charge, okay, or allocate in terminal layer of the machine? So rate of depreciation is 20%. So 20 divided by 100 will give you 0.20. So multiplied by, please pay attention, 4,25,984 is the incremental asset cost base in year 6. Okay, from which we need to deduct the salvage value of the new machine. Salvage value of the new machine given in the case is 1,50,000 rupees. Okay, only on the difference amount 20% of depreciation is charged. Okay, so that depreciation amount in year 6 is 55,197. Okay, so please remember, because 1,50,000 is salvage value, it is cash, okay, inflow for the company. So
sir, depreciation is not charged in the last year, right, sir?
Arey Baba, that is what I explained, Keshav. You should be attentive. Pay attention. Again, I will explain. See what, again, I cannot go back to that PowerPoint slide now. See what we have learned in ingredients required to estimate cash inflows. Okay, in PowerPoint slides, which I shared. Reading material is also shared, same information. What we have learned, when there is a block of asset, there are many assets in the group or block which are charged the same rate of depreciation. In such a case, in the last year also depreciation has to be charged, which is there in this case. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, so they have given the information that the company has several machines in the block of 20% depreciation. So the rule is, thumb rule is, you need to charge depreciation in the final year also. In the single proposal case, what they mentioned, it is a single asset. There is no other asset in the group where the depreciation charged is same. So when there is a single asset, you should not charge depreciation in the last year. These are rules, okay, which I have explained, and accordingly we are following. I hope you heard right.
Yes, sir.
Keshav, nothing new. I'm nothing new. I don't take the students by surprise, especially in numerical problems. I work sufficiently before I teach. I share all the resources. Okay, I expect the students read. If you don't understand by reading once, you have to read it repeatedly. Okay. So now, yeah. So I hope you understood 55,197 how we arrived. So that is 20% depreciation. You cannot charge on the depreciation as incremental depreciation base of 6th year, as the machine is sold in the terminal year and the company can realize a salvage value of 1,50,000 rupees, which we need to deduct from the incremental asset cost base of 6th year, and 20% depreciation is charged on this difference amount, only on this difference amount, which is 55,197. Okay, so we have written here 55,197. Okay, so now we have incremental depreciation schedule ready. Okay, so which we are going to fill in this column. That's it. Year 1, 2,60,000, year 2, 2,08,000, like that. Okay, so dear students, I think less than 1 minute is remaining. You need to join back immediately. Do not delay, please. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.